I gotta go back to drinking sooner or later. This is some bullshit.
Oh, well,
I made it
sorry.
through February.
I didn't. I'm still drinking. And
I was
fuck
talking
it.
about the nut thing, but yeah. I haven't drank since the first weekend of January.
And I also don't approve.
I didn't seek your approval, but appreciate you.
Clearly you didn't. Nor did you seek any medical advice, because I weep for your prostate. I'm just saying.
It's fine.
Mm. I'll have to conduct a thorough examination
I'm good.
in order to see for myself.
You don't sound like a predator.
Yeah. Fucking Chinese government.
It is definitely clinical. Damn it.
Right.
You care about his health.
I care about his health.
I'm not getting finger popped by you. This some bullshit. See, this is why I'm gonna be a hoe on the internet and not in person. Chicks don't know how to act.
Yeah, I know how to put a car on the road.
Keep saying that.
I do.
Yep.
And one of these days, just telling you.
You
Right.
mean like to put on pants. So anyway, go ahead.
Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. And the 3 of us, of course, are our point person and optimistic realist, Star.
I thought you were the point person.
No,
you've been the point person every time.
You have always been the point person.
Okay,
She brings up the rear. Ha ha ha.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I need a nap.
Filthy.
Do we want to go back?
Yeah, do it again. I'm sorry.
And the 3 of us, of course, are our point person and optimistic realist, Star.
Hey.
And the center of our threesome and our voice of reason, Magic.
Riggedy row.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Buster.
And bringing up the rear, as always, it's me, Storm, and I identify as a pragmatic contrarian.
Did you just call me a scrub?
Did I call you a scrub?
No, I'm fucking with Star.
Oh.
No, you said riggedy row. That's Buster.
Yeah, she said Buster.
It was actually DOS effects, but yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you
Same
right.
era.
What effects?
The dog's effect. Yeah. Snap your neck to the dog.
Actually
Anyway.
says some live effects, but nobody caught that but me.
Yeah.
I know a lot of old EPMD shit. Anyway, I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah, you go first.
Being that I'm more of an asshole on the internet than I am in person, a couple days ago, I posted on Twitter that my deodorant was scraping. Cash at me $150. Further down below it, it said, "This is how y'all sound."
Oh.
Why for that whole day I get sugar mamas in my DMs like, "Oh, you forgot to put your Cash App on. You can be my sugar baby." How fucking hard is it out in these streets?
Oh, go ahead.
How sexy can I be if you think I can't afford deodorant?
Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. So, where did you do this at?
On Twitter.
Where
the hoes at? Well, I know the hoes on Instagram.
Wait a minute.
Too,
First of all, I'm on Twitter. What are you calling me?
To become more active.
Wait, look, what are you calling me?
Listen, you didn't offer me no money. You ain't in this conversation.
I offered to slap the bitches that did.
How you trying to fuck up my paper?
Right.
I'm not trying to fuck up your paper. They can give you money. I can still slap the shit out of them.
That would deter them from the monthly
from
fee.
Giving him money, right?
I would slap them after they gave.
And then they wouldn't come back the next month.
Yeah, I don't think you quite understand how consequences and actions work.
Anyway.
If I'm not, quote unquote, taken by the beginning of June, I'm going to try sex work.
Okay. First of all, I have been drinking entirely too much to have this discussion.
I have been drinking.
Keep it real, son.
This taken by the beginning of June.
I didn't know you was out here trying to get yours.
Well,
I've
first of
ran
all,
across a chick I like, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. So we'll see.
mm,
Uh, why?
I'm weary.
Oh,
Got to be some extensive testing before I go. All right, let me settle down and try to make shit work again. Because clearly, being a good dude never works.
okay. First of all,
You've already, first of all, you on your second of all.
okay. Well, second of all, then,
what's her name, address, and phone number? Because she wants it.
well, there's that. But how you gonna let that chick dictate your mindset? You give her too much power.
What chick?
The chick you married. Damn.
Oh no, I've been over that. I had
Sure.
this mind state before I got married.
Yes, but
I had to regress. It's trial and error. You live, you learn.
okay.
Back to the
Um,
point. Clearly, I'm not using my light skinnedness to its full effectiveness. I
He
should be
went Alanis
capitalizing off of
Morissette
this
on
shit.
me. You're light skinned. You should be in some rap stars video.
I don't know. I don't want to take a marker and put tattoos on myself, contrary to the
Yeah.
picture I have on Twitter.
You can always dye your hair different colors.
Mother Nature has decided that unless I George Clinton it, I ain't gonna have no hair.
You got some hair somewhere.
go get you a man weave.
My ego will not allow.
You get a little transplant.
Self esteem is free.
I
You can join the
guess.
club.
Mm,
The hair club for men.
I'm gonna join the OnlyFans club.
I think you're
Okay.
perfect just the way you are.
Thank you.
What does you journeying into online sex working look like?
Yes. And how much is my cut?
Funny. I was talking to a few of my homegirls and I was like, if I decide to start fucking on camera, would you be willing to do it? And they had questions like, okay, who's holding the camera? You want to do it here or there, or whatever. Some of them were really like, yo, if you just give me a free subscription, sure, it's on. And a couple of
Mm.
them was like, well, if you're getting paid for it, what's my cut? But I'm juggling it.
I
I'm
still want to know what my cut is. I
figuring
mean,
out my options. You starring in a flick?
I'm not volunteering
All
with
right,
none of that.
then. You get nothing.
Mm. That's
How's your
debatable.
camera work?
Very good, actually.
Okay, well, then that's something to discuss. We'll get back to that off air.
Mm.
I got a camera that shoots 5K.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I don't know. Some shit don't need to be in high detail.
Yeah, once you're over 25, high def
Yeah.
is not your friend.
I got to take my workout regimen more seriously. I've been working out all year long, but I was watching Busta's training after he tried to stop being fat, and apparently I'm pussy, so I got to step it up.
Well, did he stop being fat? I haven't seen Buster in a while.
He's still big, but it's more muscle than fat now. He
Yeah.
said he dropped 100.
Oh,
I don't really
okay.
care to
Cause
drop
yeah,
any weight, but I could get
Wow.
sculpted a little bit.
So what's
yeah.
your porn name?
I haven't gotten to that part yet.
No.
I'm not excessively good at marketing. My thing now is okay, get in shape, find people who'll help,
See, and that's why
and
you need me.
you're not providing a service.
I
Everybody
am.
got their cup, but they ain't pitched in.
I can name you.
I could go on a fucking name generator and childish Gambino it. That don't mean nothing. Ain't nobody there
No,
for the name.
Childish Gambino. It. Wow.
I would name you Hydra.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's copywritten, but good start.
How is that copywritten? It's the
And
Shit,
name.
he cut off
Marvel been
as
using that
X
since the 80s, probably the 70s.
Hydra is the name of a goddamn
Mythical
um
beast.
mythical beast. Thank you. How is that copywritten?
Because in a lot of the
It's a
Marvel shit,
Marvel
there's a group of
character.
villains called Hydra.
Probably the Hail Hydra part might be copywritten, so
Well,
it
if you're
couldn't
gonna
say
go
Hail
by
Hydra.
Hydra and you're gonna do porn, you gotta have Hail Hydra moments. Like, come
I
on.
agree.
I don't like Hydra though.
You pick another job. I'll name him.
No.
I appreciate it.
I do not acquiesce to that.
Mm,
You know I'm a control freak, so I need to maintain some modicum of control over the situation.
what song is that? Acquiescing to his whim. Oh,
Who is it?
Laser Loser Dude.
Lupe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
The Laser Loser.
That was our album title.
Yeah, but it's just funny.
Bitch Bad. That's the name of that song. Anyway, go ahead. You know I make music out of anything.
I've never
Yeah.
listened to a whole album by him, but his live show was on point.
You know what? When I first heard his
And
name, it's just an aside,
Yeah, that didn't
because
do it for me.
Lupe is a girl's name where I come from. Sorry. It just is.
he is very intelligent, though, by the way.
Yeah.
I have no doubt, but a friend's named Lupe. I grew up with Lupes, so I just assumed it was a woman. It was a long time before I found out that Lupe Fiasco was, in fact, a male.
Yeah, that was the name of the little girl Peggy bought back from Mexico on King of the Hill.
I'm
Anyway.
King of the Hill.
Uh,
10 a.m. and already the boy ain't right.
and because I can't let it go, Constructive Ruckus started skateboard rap. I just want to put that on the record.
Okay,
Constructive Ruckus. Shout out.
I've been drinking for a good 2 hours by now.
Well,
Dang.
I'm straight edge, you bad influence.
I am a bad influence. Well, you're a bad influence. Okay.
Unintentionally.
Mm.
I just be chilling.
Yeah. Sorry, you wanted to talk about the Bengay Chronicles? I'm already about to be offended, so go ahead.
Don't be all feeling attacked. It's not personal.
Yeah, I feel like it is, but go ahead.
At some point this week, I really began to think to myself that I need to expand my circle of friends, which is difficult for me. So I won't even say friends, but maybe just the people that I communicate with on a regular basis because we're all getting older and aches and pains and different little things are setting in. And when I tell you, for the majority of my friends, I know way too much about the functionings of their bodies. I call it the
Oh,
Bengay Chronicles because I have a couple of friends that I talk to on a regular basis. And don't get me wrong, I'm not insensitive, but that's all they know how to talk about. It seems like even if we get to talking about something else, 5 minutes later, oh, this hurts, or I ate this and it ran through my system and blah. And it's just
oh,
like, oh, come on, man, I'm eating or whatever the case may be. But it
well,
just seems like it's too much of a regular part of our conversation about how our bodies are currently
breaking
Falling
down.
functioning
apart.
and breaking down.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let me just say I no longer feel attacked.
If
Because
you
I
don't
don't
tell
do
me
that.
about your stool habits,
I don't dwell on such things. I might mention it once every now and then, but
or
I
you'll
try
say
not to.
something hurts, or you'll say that you're in pain.
I'll probably just say, ow. And then you're like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, pain. Then we move on.
I have a handful of friends who are just way too descriptive, like TMI should have been invented for these conversations. It's not that I'm not sympathetic. Hell, I go through a lot of pain myself on a
Right?
daily basis, so I get it. And at some point, it can become all consuming. Like you don't even realize how much you're complaining about your pain
Right.
because it's just a constant part of who you are. But it's also very depressing to the listener.
Word.
It is, especially when that is 80% of your conversation. I listen to it because I know they need to vent. I also recognize that that's how ill people kind of fall into a depression because the pain is all consuming. And I have to have something else to talk about.
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Oh, I used to wonder how the older people got to be like that because elders will tell you everything that's going on with their body and their body function. And you just be like, why do they do this? But it starts early on, I guess, and it just gets worse.
I certainly have some friends that that's all they talk about is their aches and pains and what they're doing or what doctors they're seeing or what medications they're taking and all this other stuff, which, to be fair, is halfway interesting to me because I like medical stuff. I'm real nosy about stuff like that, so it doesn't bother me that they tell me about this stuff. But yeah, I can certainly understand how it would get to be a little too much after
I
a
mean,
while.
I'm interested in medical stuff as well, but when you talk to like three, four, five people, and the majority of what they're telling you is things that are similar back pain, gastrointestinal. Where's the interest there? It's all the same shit. Like I could probably diagnose you myself.
Word. Leave all the gastro shit out.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a song called Expensive Jeans by Fonte where he has a line about young people be dying of old people shit. And I kind of get it when you're 70, 80 and up. Okay, nothing else is going on in life. Talk about what you go through the most. But if you're young enough to where you can do something about the shit you're complaining about, don't fucking talk to me about that shit. And that's what I want to hear about. What the fuck you doing about it, not how the shit is a problem. Most of the shit you caused, love yourself.
Sure.
Yeah, there's shit that nature is just nature. It happens. Take your
Yeah.
medication, do some exercise, eat better.
I wish that I could fit in these expensive jeans, a waistline that'll rip the seams.
Yeah, I like that song.
Yeah, I do
It
too.
inspires me to do some push ups and sit ups in the morning.
That's my gripe for the week.
Here's my irritation.
Tell them why you mad, son.
I'm not mad, but it's just funny to me. I have a particular friend who, if I say I have a headache, the first thing is,
They have a migraine.
no, 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 it's what you taking.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
That beats the dick offering.
it's a headache. I'm laying here in the quiet trying to hope it'll ease up. I don't really need pharmaceutical intervention for every little ache I feel.
Like you wouldn't take a vaccination for a disease you don't have.
No, it's not that. It's just I don't feel like every ache and pain needs pharmaceutical intervention.
I'm with you. You just missed that whole joke. But all right.
Oh, I
Right,
mean, yeah.
right.
Sorry.
A part of that is the pain is just an excuse to take the pharmaceuticals because that person is really taking the medication to kind of not be aware of reality. It's the way that they're dealing with their depression and unhappiness.
It's dulling a different kind of pain, I believe.
Not that they're not in pain.
No, absolutely. I don't doubt the pain at all. But
Yeah.
just so the people understand, if the doctor prescribes you pain meds and you take that dose and it doesn't work,
You don't double the dose
yeah, taking double the dose
or triple.
or triple or even four times the dose
Or adding alcohol and weed.
If you have to do all that, then you're on the wrong pill. That's the argument that, oh, well, this is prescription meds. But it's not prescription meds at the
At
dose
that
that you're
dose.
trying.
Right.
It's still chemicals that you're putting in your body. And the reason why the doctor prescribes a certain dosage is because there are certain levels of it that are safe. People can overdose on aspirin or Tylenol. In great doses, it can cause damage to your body. It's a pet peeve. But
I
I'm gonna get down
see.
off my soapbox.
It's very odd how many people for years take medication for depression and anxiety and have been going to a psychiatrist for the same things, but they still have depression and anxiety.
The chemicals don't necessarily help, is what you're alluding to.
Yeah, and the side effects seem to lead back to the initial problem.
That's definitely a risk because there are a lot of side effects to antidepressant and anti-anxiety drugs, which is why you have to hit on the right drug. And even then, that drug may only be effective for so long before you may
Yeah,
have to change it up. That's not to say that they're not effective, but not everybody can be on one drug and be okay.
Yeah, not only that, it depends on what type of depression that they have
yeah,
and what the cause of it is.
Yes,
Is it a short term thing?
yes,
Or is it something like with me, who has pretty much battled bouts of depression my whole life, to
yes,
where they give me pills that I don't take on a regular basis. So
right.
maybe I'm not the best person to be answering this question. However, but that's because I know about the side effects, frontal lobe shrinkage, and all the rest of that stuff. My memory is bad enough. Like,
do you do a good job of controlling it without, though?
for the most part, and that's where I was getting at. I have my autopilot days, which is the majority of time. I function and do what it is that I have to do because I know that it has to get done and I'm the only one to do it. And then I have those days in which I struggle and procrastinate a lot. I don't even really take medication then because it'll last a couple of days and then the clouds will part and then I'm good. I can go back to functioning as whatever my normal is. But then I have those times where the clouds just hover and it lasts for weeks at a time. Then I will take the medication to kind of lift my mood enough to be able to participate in everyday life because otherwise I kind of would just lay around with the curtains closed and not get out the bed or not leave the house. I know I sounded real cynical in saying that, but since I
Yeah,
suffer with
we
it,
all
it's not
go
like
through
I'm
that
making
shit.
fun of it. It's just what it is. Depression is not curable. The only thing they can do is prescribe a medication to maybe help you not be so depressed,
Yeah, maintain it.
especially if you chronically suffer with those issues. But the same thing with anxiety. Is the anxiety temporary? Is it situation induced? Or is it something that you will have a lifetime issue with? So what'll end up happening is they give you drugs to help keep you calm. But as you get older, there's already a certain amount of natural decline that you have, even if you are considered normal or you don't really have any serious form of mental issues. So when you do have mental issues, that mental decline is more exaggerated. Yeah, they can give you all the medications that they want, but the older that you get, the more that you take those medications, you build up an immunity,
Exactly.
and then
Mhm.
they got to try to figure out something else to give you because natural decline has taken place.
Also, different medications affect people differently. I ran through a very bad bout of postpartum depression where they tried me on a string of drugs and the side effects were such that I just could not stay on the drug. Now, it should be noted that I am a terrible patient. Okay, I'm going to put that out there right
What?
now. I am a horrible
No,
patient because
I don't believe it.
some of these drugs You have to have time to build up in your system for them to stabilize in your body.
Hmm.
I would take them and I would have side effects, and nope, 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 nope. I also had to function. Like, I had to go to work
Hmm. I have a child to raise.
and I had a child
Hmm.
to raise. I didn't have time for those side effects. So it's possible I didn't give all of them the amount of time they might have needed to stabilize in my system. There was one drug they gave me, and I swear to y'all, that drug was turning me into an alcoholic. All I wanted was to drink liquor. And they finally hit upon one that was a nice balance of not too many side effects and effectiveness. And, I took that for a while and then I didn't. But as far as the anxiety goes, today I'm self medicating. so, but I've never had anti anxiety drugs, so I can't really speak on that. By the way, I should point out that none of us are medical professionals, so don't take our word for it. Go talk to your
Absolutely.
goddamn doctor. Um,
Therapist, psychologist, whatever.
Whoever, go talk to somebody else. Don't take our word for it.
The thing that I'm hearing from you two that I don't hear from most people that also happen to be addicts of anything they can get their hands on, y'all are aware of what the problem is. And you don't depend on this drug is going to make it go away. It's more of a matter of when I need it, I need it. When I don't, I don't. I can handle this myself. And that's a level of responsibility or accountability that I don't see in
I
many
don't
people.
think the drug ever makes it go away, honestly. Anybody who's ever experienced depression of that severity.
But I'm even speaking for people that are self medicating. They're like, oh, this is going to take me away for whatever amount of time I'm under the effects of this substance.
The drug never makes it go away. The drug makes it possible to clear away some of the fog so that you can focus on getting help in other ways.
Yeah, it keeps the feeling from weighing you down as much.
Yes, it's like instead of walking in quicksand, you're walking in plain wet sand. It's still there, but it's just not pulling you under. It's not a panacea where I'm going to take this drug and then everything's going to be sunshine and roses.
On the flip side of that, for some people, it is. I do believe that the effectiveness of the drug is also greatly dependent on the person themselves as far as what their normal mood is. For instance, at one point, Crazy, you know who I'm talking about,
Sure.
were on the same medication. And for me, because I'm a naturally optimistic, positive person, where she is naturally kind of like either delusional or doomsday
Oh, she's
type
delusional as
person.
hell. But go
So
ahead.
the medication helped me more so than it helped her just because of who we are on
Sure.
a normal everyday basis. It really didn't help her a lot. Whereas with me, it was just like, okay, this is beneficial. It helps, especially during those times where I feel like I can't lift that fog myself.
She seems to have more of a deeply seated, you know, psychological
No, that's for
issue
sure.
than just depression.
She should be getting a check for sure.
Right.
That are out here driving around and working jobs and endangering other people's lives and not allowed out in this world without a
Yeah.
leash. But who am I?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to all the unstable people.
And that's not making fun of
No,
anyone.
not at all. Because, look, some of my best friends are unstable.
Wow, you just made that statement out loud.
I'm not always the most stable of individuals. I
Yeah, I
freely
know
admit
I'm not. Whatever.
that.
Oh, y'all
But
say
I'm not
I'm sane.
unstable in that way.
Well, no. She
Yeah.
takes it to a level that, like, I question, the profession. Like, why is she walking around?
Exactly. Yeah, the system has failed her because she is literally like half a chromosome away. Whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't
like,
know about
yeah,
that necessarily, but she definitely does not
no, I
function
do.
at what I would consider a normal thought level. She just
No,
doesn't.
and I'm
And
I
pretty sure of
sincerely
it.
hope this person doesn't listen to this show.
They don't listen to anything that requires
right.
any level of yeah,
And also the nature of her delusion would be that she would listen to it and think that,
and not realize
not
she's being
realize
talked.
it's her. Right. Yeah, because
Yeah,
she,
It goes back to what my therapist said. He was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "You just don't understand. I'm crazy." And he laughed and he was like, "You're so funny. Every now and then you say that." He said, "But you do understand that people who would be coined as crazy would never admit that they're crazy."
no, they think they're making sense.
and that is definitely her because she thinks that when she talks that she makes perfect sense. And I'm
Women.
looking at her like, okay.
Because she sees really nothing wrong with her.
Hmm.
She is not easily swayed in some ways as where other people are. Like
Absolutely.
some people will give up. Like I can't. And with her, she is determined as hell about certain
And
things.
you know what? I actually almost admire that.
Exactly. That was the reason why I brought it up.
To be that delusional that shit just,
Rolls over your head. They handle grief and adversity really stinking well.
yeah.
They'll be sad for a little while and then they just move on like it never really happened. They don't get into depressive funks the way we do, but that's admirable as well because they just roll over shit.
No, I
Yay
agree.
for Asperger's.
We need to have a therapist as a special guest on this show because clearly we
Right.
have issues. All three of us. There's just different issues.
For the record, I'm sure my therapist would love to talk to you.
Talk to who? Me?
No, him.
Oh,
I ain't painting.
what are you trying to say?
No.
The only therapist I know that closely is mad I don't want to fuck her, but she'll gladly come on the show.
No.
You should feel attacked.
And that might be why my therapist would like to have a conversation with me.
Yeah,
So
I'm
if
so confused.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
We're just gonna chalk this all up to tequila.
Yeah.
oh no, this has nothing to do with tequila. I'm barely buzzed, honestly.
Mm,
I need to refill my damn cup, but
not before the end of the podcast. But anyway,
oh
go
no,
ahead.
I'm not gonna do it before the end of the
Gonna
podcast.
turn
But
this into drink champs.
I was having a conversation with a friend who was asking, how exactly do you tell someone nicely that their sex is not good? Is there
Is
a way?
ghosting nicely?
No. The thing about it is, she does not want to hurt this person's feelings.
I'm completely against all of this shit. I am an advocate of give people their flowers while they're alive, but if they on some bullshit, let them know they're on some bullshit, and please stop letting them do that to other people. Because there's way too many cocky and confident, underwhelming ass people out here thinking they doing something because people will not tell them the truth.
100% I agree with that. However, I do also recognize that it's hard to tell somebody that you even care about slightly. It's hard to hurt their feelings in that way.
No, fuck that. In a sense, love yourself. How the fuck you gonna keep
Wow.
putting up with that whack shit because you too pussy to tell them?
Yes, I hear what you're saying. I don't blame men who don't know what the hell they're doing for thinking that they know what the hell they're doing. I blame the women that came before me with those men that they don't know what the hell they're doing and they think they know what the
And it
hell they're
works the
doing.
same both ways.
I don't give a. Okay, let me start that sentence again. If I don't care about you, it's real easy for me to tell you that shit was trash. But if you're somebody that I like even a little bit, it's hard for me to hurt your feelings in that way. And I recognize that. Now, me personally, I'm probably still going to tell you, and you're going to get mad because that's what dudes do. And you're going to tell me that you've never had a complaint before and that I'm just saying shit. But I've told you, and I feel I can sleep at night because I've let you know that that shit ain't it.
This is all the more reason why, as women, you should fuck somebody as soon as you know you like them so you don't end up emotionally attached to somebody that's whack in bed.
Are you waiting for me to argue with you?
No, I was just making a statement. This
All
is for
right.
the people. We can talk to each other off this motherfucker.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
So, Star,
Hmm.
how you feel?
Listen, even though I don't necessarily subscribe to sleeping with somebody as soon as you know that you like them,
Punk.
well, I just have a thing about that. But anyway, I don't really have that issue with messing around with telling somebody that the sex is whack. I believe that there's a way to do and say anything. And if I'm not really that into you and the sex is whack, I'm just not coming back. Forget it.
But I'll also tell you because I feel like it's a public service.
I'll say this, for as nice as a lot of people feel like I am, when it comes down to sex and to be disappointed or let down, I literally get angry about that shit. I'm so serious. I have a whole
I feel
attitude about
you.
it, and
I
I
was about to
don't
become a feminist like you. Go, sister girl.
I don't even want to have conversation about it. Now, if I really like you, more so than a conversation, some redirection is going to take place. And that's where you go into teaching and showing someone,
What you like.
Sure,
hold up,
showing I can get behind. The teaching at my age, I'm like, dog,
it's the same thing.
it's not.
Here we go with the splitting of hairs. Come on, Bugs
No,
Bunny.
it's not splitting hairs at all. I mean, letting you know what I like is one thing. To me, teaching you is like, my God, just basics. There are a lot of dudes out here who have no concept of anatomy whatsoever.
How much explaining is there really to do? Just, yo, point here, focus.
Man. Okay.
Listen, I ain't never tried to fuck a dude. I don't know how off they are in general.
They can be pretty off.
That's splitting hairs to me because sex and how good the sex is, it varies from each individual.
Absolutely.
What may work on someone else may not work on you.
Yeah. Magic's a unicorn.
Just me.
I've been trying to get him to show me his horn for a while, but he be playing.
Oh Lord, every show. At some point, for the sake of the show, one of y'all are gonna have to either make your way north or south or meet at the Mason Dixon line.
Listen, for $10 a month, I will have all kinds of dick on display this summer.
Yeah.
That's not gonna satisfy her.
Yeah, that's not helping.
You just said you wanted to look. There you go.
But that's not what I said.
She wants more than a peek though.
That is not what I
She
said at
just
all.
said she was trying to get me to show the horn. Show would imply visual.
Yeah, well,
She wants a test drive.
that's right.
As long as you're willing to do it on camera.
She don't want to just
I
be
need
like
to
that.
test drive the magic stick.
The magic stick.
Brooch.
Do once, do twice. Shout out to 50. I wonder if he's any good in bed. I can do magic. What magic?
If I had to guess, I would say he thinks he is. Hmm.
Sure of it. I think any famous people are good in bed. I don't think they're necessarily in a place in life where they have to be. You're gonna get it anyway. You could do any old damn thing and people will be happy.
I can think of some that I
You
would
hope.
probably guess.
You know who I think is probably good in bed, but I wouldn't venture to find out. I don't care how famous he is.
Who?
Oh my lord, Omar Epps,
Omar. Oh.
Hmm.
because he's just really intense.
Mm, I don't see it, but you could be right.
I'm gonna go with Erica Badu.
I could see that.
That's evident by some of her previous and the way they act afterwards.
The people who I think would probably be are not going to be people that people would normally suspect.
Always trust the nerds.
Exactly. I would venture to say probably Neil.
I would venture to say Jeff Goldblum.
That's an interesting one.
You got a crush on Jeff Goldblum.
But
Ooh,
Jeff's a
always
weird
have.
dude, so he might have something going. Pause.
Yeah.
I say Neil because I think he'd probably study.
Yeah.
Ow!
I think he has a pretty good grasp on the anatomy of the situation.
If we're gonna
So
keep it fair, you got a crush on him too.
I do. I do.
You know, I have a crush on Will, and I'm not gonna say his whole name, but everybody probably know who I'm talking about
Yes.
anyway. But anywho, I don't think he's probably any good in bed. There's just something about him that doesn't translate.
Wait, are we talking about Will Smith?
Yes.
Nah, Will nasty.
Probably because he's a little goofy. But no, I think he's an undercover
Oh, that's just a bonus. Ow!
freak. Probably.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
bet on that one.
My ultimate would be Zoe.
I don't see it.
Okay.
And I feel like I would have to teach him some stuff. Probably. And I would be fine with that.
See, that's not fair. You just said that folks would tick you off, but if it was Alonzo Mourning, you'd be more patient.
Everybody ain't Alonzo.
Mm, not
Okay.
another storm contradiction on this show.
All right, y'all. We got to wrap this up because I got to run.
Oh, okay, yeah. I gotta take the
DOG.
child,
All of y'all with
the
your social
DOG.
lives.
Well, I don't know that taking the DOG for a WALK is a,
DOG.
yeah, the
Why are you
Like
DOG.
that's the
spelling it out
word.
like the?
DOG.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
She swears
Okay,
the dog can spell.
My dog can spell, first of all.
then
Yeah.
why are you spelling it out instead of just saying it?
Well, because when I say it, he knows for sure. When I spell it, he's like, I think you're spelling what I think you're spelling. So,
Peoples, my peoples. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. If you don't, tell everybody you know. We could use the publicity. It's the Threesome Pod on Twitter, the Threesome Podcast on Instagram, and we ain't even discussing Facebook, although we old enough to be using it.
you can email us at the threesome podcast at gmail.com. Also,
Leave voice messages on Anchor.
that too.
All right, be good.
We good.
Peace.
Have a
Bye.
wonderful evening, ladies.
And
You
gentlemen.
too, sir.
What the fuck you calling gentle?
Oh, see? That's my love language right there.
Oh, brother.
Good
Every
night.
show. Good night.
Good night.